एज आई सेड GDP एंड GVA, एक बेसिक जो सिमिलैरिटीज दोनों में इन दोनों कॉन्सेप्ट्स में है GDP एंड GVA में, that both are the tools used for analyzing the country's economic performance or the performance of an economy. ठीक है, so both are the tools used for analyzing the economic performance of any country or nation. Economic performance. ठीक है, so these are basically the tools which measures the economic growth. ठीक है, though conceptually both are different, but the function is same. Now what does this mean, GDP and GVA? This is important. So firstly, GDP, as it suggests, the full form is gross domestic product. So it simply means, how we define GDP, it means that the final, or you can say the monetary measure of all the final goods and services. I am emphasizing the word final and not the intermediates. So the whatever worth of final goods and services have been produced in a country, in a domestic boundary or in a domestic country within a particular period of time or within a year is referred to as the GDP of that particular country. ठीक है, so write down, इसको लिख लो, the GDP hyphen, write down, it is a monetary measure, it is a monetary measure of all final goods and services, put final in inverted commas, final, because intermediate भी goods and services होती हैं, उनको हम काउंट नहीं करते in order to avoid the problems of double counting. ठीक है, so only final means जो हम as a consumer consume करते हैं, I mean final is basically the consumption goods. ठीक है, not कि एक पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट को प्रोड्यूस करने में, फाइनल शेप देने में कितने उसमें इंटरमीडिएट प्रोडक्ट्स यूज हुए हैं. वी आर नॉट कंसर्न विद दोज थिंग्स, रादर वी जस्ट टेक इनटू अकाउंट द वैल्यू ऑफ द फाइनल प्रोडक्ट विच कुड बी कंज्यूम्ड. ठीक है, विच वी एज सिटीजंस गेट फ्रॉम द मार्केट. ठीक है, सो दोज आर फाइनल सेट्स ऑफ गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज. सो जीडीपी जो मेजर करते हैं हम और कैलकुलेट करते हैं, इसके 4 बेसिक एलिमेंट्स हैं और कंपोनेंट्स हैं. द 4 की यू कैन से एलिमेंट्स और द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ जीडीपी. These 4 key elements are first private final consumption expenditure. I will explain one by one. Second is government final consumption expenditure. Third is investment expenditure. And last one is net exports. To which we show it with the help of NX. Net exports is basically exports minus imports.